Hello everyone, this is the Tomoto channel. Today we're gonna start assembling this engine. This is a Mercedes-Benz on 442. This engine was taken from a vehicle like this. You can watch the engine disassembly on my channel. The link is in the video description. So, I'm starting the assembly. Some things have already been done as usual. I washed the block, blew it out, cleaned it and opened up the oil passages. I blew out and washed it, removed the oil jets, also washed and blew them out. So, there's one thing about the nozzles. One nozzle was installed differently, but it is otherwise identical. And it was turned. There's a guide there. That guide was turned. And when I cleaned the block, I saw that the thread was also stripped in this spot. Well, I couldn't leave it like that. We have oil pressure here. If this bolt gets ripped out, if it falls out, not only can it get into the counterweights, the connecting rods and so on, but we could also have an oil leak. Here we have the thread of this fitting. It's 14 by 1.5. I found a 16 by 1.5, drilled it out, cut the thread, but I installed a different nozzle from another engine. Well, it's of the same type, just a newer model. Here, basically, this tube is in the same position as it should be, but the shape of the nozzle itself is a bit different. So the block is already fully prepared. I washed and blew out everything completely, all the channels, everything. In general, I did all the work that needed to be done with the block. Now I'm going to install the camshaft bushings. That means I'm starting the assembly installing the camshaft bushings. Next I install this plug, the lifters and the camshaft. And then, as usual, the crankshaft, and we'll have a new piston assembly. The cylinder heads are over there. They just came back from the surface grinder. I haven't lapped the valves yet. Well, in general, I've already done a lot of work. As usual, I'm not starting the filming from the very beginning. So, that's the scope of work we have. Let's get started. So this is our heaviest piston, 3149. And it turns out that these 5 pieces here all have almost the same weight, 3116. So if you take 3149 minus 3116, we get 33 grams. So 33 grams is well within the normal range for us. There up to 100 grams is allowed. That's the difference in piston weight. So we see that 3 pistons are different. That means they're from different batches, or rather from different manufacturers at various factories. Well, as our suppliers deliver them now, there's probably nothing we can do about it anymore. So these five pieces are from one factory, and those 3 pieces are from another factory. And as we can see, the weight difference is 30 grams. As for the casting itself, we can see that here we have this white aluminum, and here it looks like it's been chemically treated somehow. But in any case, I checked all of them, inspected everything, and the casting is the same. In my opinion, there are no complaints, there won't be any problems here. And this 33 gram difference doesn't really matter to us either. Alright, so now I'm going to install the connecting rods onto the pistons, and then I'll move on to installing the cylinder liners. I've installed the cylinder liners, flipped the block, and now I'll install the crankshaft. The crankshaft is ready. I've washed it, blown it out, cleaned all the channels, blew them out, cleaned the threads as well, removed oil, carbon buildup, and so on. So I've polished the crankshaft. I took measurements, it's only minus 0.12 millimeters. so it's basically in perfect condition. So I replaced the wear ring for the oil seal, installed a new one, and that's basically it. I'm installing it now. Alright, so I've installed and tightened the crankshaft. The main bolts are tightened to 330 Newton meters, then turned another 90 degrees. The side tie bolts are tightened to 110 Newton meters, then also turned another 90 degrees. That's it. The crankshaft is fully tightened. I measured the axial play. It's somewhere around, well, just over 0.15. There's nothing I can do about it because the wear is on the shaft itself, but it's not critical. Sometimes it's even 0.20 or 0.25. So now I need to install the timing gear. It's still in the washer. I need to clean it. I'm cleaning the gear, then I'll install it, followed by the pistons and connecting rods, which are already prepared. I'll install the pistons, and right after that I'll also install the counterweights. The counterweights are already cleaned and ready. So today I want to install the pistons and add the counterweights. Well, I'm not sure. Also, my front and rear covers are already finished. Everything is cleaned and the seals are installed, including on the rear cover. The compressor has already been reassembled there. Everything in the compressor is new, so basically everything is ready and everything should come together very quickly. I don't know. Since today I plan to button up the oil pan. It's already 8:30 now, but if I work until about 11:30, I think it's possible to close the oil pan today. Okay, let's avoid predictions and just keep working to see what happens. It's 11:20. I installed the front and rear covers. He installed the flywheel, tightened it, and I was thinking I could go ahead and install the pump and button up the oil pan today, just like I planned. Basically, I can't find the gasket for the pickup. There are supposed to be 2 bolts here somewhere, and I also can't find the pump mounting bolts, so things started to get rushed, and I thought I shouldn't do all this right now. I'll leave it and finish it tomorrow. I'll close it up tomorrow. I'll say a few words about the oil pan. So I washed and cleaned the pickup, prepared however many bolts there are here. This is our new original pressure relief valve, and the pump is also new. It's a 43. That's what we usually install now. I also prepared the gasket for the oil pan, so tomorrow I'll tackle it with fresh energy. That's enough for today. So some time has passed, and as you can see, the oil pan still isn't installed. So I decided to work on the cylinder heads. I've pretty much finished everything with them. I'll briefly tell you what I did with the heads. So as usual, I cleaned them first. After sandblasting, they went to the surface grinder and then came back from it. I replaced the guides on the exhaust valve and also replaced the exhaust valves. I left the intake valve as it was, meaning I didn't touch the guides or the valve itself. I made the seat narrower and adjusted it to fit the valve. All my cylinder heads are ready. I lapped all the valves and changed 8 guides. So now I'm working on the pressure testing. I've already pressure tested 7 heads. 7 heads are ready, only the last one, number 8, is left. So now I'm pressure testing the last head. Then I put them in the washer, probably to rinse off the antifreeze residue, and then I assemble the heads so they'll be ready for me. The bolts are also already prepared. And then from there, things should go quickly for us. Right now, I'll assemble the cylinder heads. Then I'll install the oil pan and flip the engine over. I think that by the end of tomorrow, I should have the engine fully assembled. The fuel injection equipment has already come back from repair. Let me remind you, we send the fuel system to Moscow. The customer, the subscriber, has his own contact there whom he constantly sends things to. So let's see how it all looks for us. Well, here it is. And also, the fuel lines from the customer should arrive as well. I'll have them by tomorrow evening. Well, maybe I'll need them by the evening. The pipes will be installed by evening. Well, of course, as usual, the plans are grand, Napoleonic plans. But I don't know, doesn't always work out that way. Well, according to the plan, I want to have it done by tomorrow evening. By late evening, I want to start the engine and see how it runs. And then, I don't know, the day after tomorrow, I'll paint it, pack it up, and that's it. The engine will go to the customer. Well, of course, it's always faster in words than in reality. Alright, let's see how it all turns out for us. So, for now, I need to pressure test the last cylinder head. So I installed the oil pan, tightened it, and installed the heat exchanger. As usual with the heat exchanger, I removed the radiator, cleaned it, I removed the bypass valve, cleaned and flushed everything, blew it out, installed new gaskets here. A new gasket for the heat exchanger, tightened it as well, and also installed the pulley. So what am I working on now? Here on the oil pan, the alternator mounting thread was stripped, so I re-threaded it and reinforced it. I went to the machine shop and had a stud made. Here's the stud. We have reinforced threads here. The body is 12 millimeters and the thread here is 12 by 1.5. So now I'm screwing in this stud with thread locker. And that's it basically. I'll flip the engine over and start installing the cylinder heads. I installed and tightened the cylinder heads. We're tightening, these are our C-bolts. We're tightening them to 190 Newton meters and then turn them another 90 degrees and that's it. So the cylinder heads are tightened. Next I'm installing the push rods and rocker arm shafts. This is also on. Everything's prepared and checked. And then I immediately adjust the valves and put the covers on right away. started the engine, and as you can see, everything works perfectly, it runs smoothly, and there's almost no smoke. So, about the fuel system, when I first unpacked it, as I mentioned before, the fuel system was repaired in Moscow. When I first unpacked it, well, my first impressions weren't very good. The pump was all greasy and covered in sand. I mean, you can judge the atmosphere and cleanliness of the fuel shop by the condition of the pump and the injectors. Yeah, for example, the pump was all greasy and covered in sand. It shouldn't be like that. Plus, there was a bolt on the pump that wasn't tightened. It was just loosely screwed in, and that's it. It's not just any bolt, it secures a shaft in place. So, I really didn't like that at all. I don't know. I can't really say anything about how it works yet. Basically, so far, it seems fine. The engine runs smoothly, quietly, doesn't smoke. Well, I don't know. As for how it will perform in the future, time will tell. That's it. So the engine is running great. The pressure is at the maximum possible. 6, the valve is working. We have the original valve installed. It activates at 6 atmospheres. So, what should I do next? I remove the batteries, take out the diesel fuel here, and get the engine ready for painting, I guess. Today I need to paint it so that tomorrow I can put on the manifolds, for example, and also pack it up tomorrow. And so that in the next few days it can be sent to the customer. Doing me. Well, that's it. The engine is ready. I installed the exhaust manifolds, also painted them. Here prepared the bolts, new gaskets of course. I installed the manifolds and basically now I'm going to pack up the engine. Tomorrow or the day after, the engine will go to the customer. So what do I need to do now? Here I need to install a plug on the filler neck. Here, as usual, I also put a plug on the intake manifolds, and then I'll install the rest. I'll install it on the oil pan, tie it down with binding wire like I usually do, put in some supports, wooden blocks, wrap it up, pack it, and cover it with film. So, the repair of this engine cost this amount. As usual, that includes all the parts and all the work that was done. That includes my work, the machinist's work, any rentals, and so on. I'll be wrapping up this video about repairing this engine. That's how this repair turned out. A Mercedes engine repair. My favorite Mercedes engine, an 8-cylinder, naturally aspirated V engine, my favorite kind of engine. Thanks for watching, good luck, goodbye.